This might be the most impossible scenario in modern sports. Imagine this. It's July 19th, 2026. MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. 82,000 screaming fans, packed so tight you can barely breathe. The whole country, 335 million people, is frozen in front of their TVs, phones, whatever screen they can find, and then it happens. The final whistle blows. The United States of America wins the World Cup on home soil. The streets erupt. New York goes absolutely insane. Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, pure chaos. People crying, strangers hugging, cars honking for hours straight. But here's the question nobody is asking right now. What would actually happen to America if the US won the 2026 World Cup? Really think about that, because I'm telling you, nothing, and I mean nothing, would ever be the same again. The USA has never won a World Cup, not even once. People aren't exactly waiting by the edge of their seats for the US to sweep in and take over in football either. America's top finish was third place back in 1930. That's before most people's grandparents were born. If the US ever wins, it will make headlines worldwide, trumping other big sporting moments like the 1980 Miracle on Ice. It's a global phenomenon we're talking about here. Billions watch each match from start to finish. Think about the impact if the US actually triumphed. The guy who scores the winning goal would be a celebrity overnight. His jersey sales would explode, showing up in every store, along with posters all over Times Square and Hollywood. There'd be no missing it. The team wouldn't just celebrate with parades in New York or a visit to the White House. The nation would immortalize them in statues. That's how monumental this victory would be. This is where it gets super interesting. In America, people used to say soccer couldn't blow up. But you know what changes that story? Winning the World Cup. Football has fall, basketball takes winter, and baseball is America's pastime. Soccer was always on the cusp, but it'd never quite break through. Then we see the US team lift that trophy, and all bets are off. Overnight, youth soccer registrations explode. That kid who just watched the finals, he suddenly dreams of being the next hero who scored the winning goal. We're talking about this huge surge, millions going into academies, facilities and clubs. MLS wasn't a big draw before, but now they've got fans comparing them to the NFL. Empty stadiums, suddenly sold out every week, big cities and small towns alike. They start this soccer craze practically overnight. TV deals skyrocket. You name a huge brand, Nike, Coke, McDonald's, they want in on soccer sponsorship. For international soccer, which previously mocked American teams, this win brings respect unlike ever before. Europe, South America, and Africa, the places laughing earlier, now they need to rethink their views totally. So one win changes everything. Let's look closer. This goes beyond just a sport event. If the USA wins on home turf, it'll become a huge cultural deal. You know those historic occasions folks will always recall where they were, like during the moon landing? This might join that list in the history books. Right now, Americans seem divided over nearly everything, from politics to social issues, you name it. Sports, however, bridge these gaps amazingly well. Who can forget how elated we were when the US women's soccer team triumphed in the World Cup, or the electric atmosphere with the Dream Team at the Olympics? Should the men's soccer team clinch victory at home, the impact would be enormous. Instead of just pausing, it'd feel like time stands still. Forget state colors, it'd just be one crowd of Americans rejoicing. Picture the president making a speech, the nation partying like it's a national festivity, and future textbooks mentioning this big moment. It has the potential to change the entire nation's mood. Now, here's your chance to chime in. Not everyone thinks this is possible. Serious soccer fans say the US has no shot at winning the tournament. They cite teams like Brazil, France, England, and Argentina, countries with a long history in top-level soccer. These folks aren't entirely off base either. On the other hand, the 2026 World Cup is in the US. The cheering crowds, the energy, and the home field advantage will be massive. Look at how hosting paid off for France in 1998 and how close Argentina came in 1978. Still, some upsets in football have shocked everyone before. So, what do you think? In the comments, tell me if you think the USA can win the World Cup in 2026 and why. Let's spark a discussion. I want to see all your thoughts. Alright, before we go, just think about this for a second. The 2026 World Cup is coming to North America, and for the first time in a long time, it feels like the United States might actually have a chance to shock the world. And if they somehow pull it off, if they actually lift that trophy on home soil, that wouldn't just be a great sports story, it would be one of the biggest moments in American sports history. Every doubt, every joke, every prediction that said it could never happen would disappear overnight. Because that's the thing about sports. No matter how much we analyze, predict, or debate, anything can happen once the game starts. And honestly, that's why we love it. But what do you think? Could the USA really win the 2026 World Cup? Or is it still too big of a mountain to climb? Let me know in the comments. I read as many as I can. And if you enjoyed this what-if journey, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because we've got a lot more videos coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.